Hey, crazy cats and kittens. Welcome to the end of day 28 of Walking with Shawnee. I'm Shawnee. Right, guys, I find myself in a place called Bewdley today, Bewdley, just outside of Kidderminster, so in this sort of Birmingham area. The place here is beautiful. It's just on the River Severn, beautiful views. I think there's quite a lot of historical railway activity that went on here. Every place I go by has train signage, and the place I'm staying tonight, again, all names are listed after train things, and so yeah, really quirky environment to be in, but a beautiful place as well. So as it is the end of my first full month, I just wanted to give you some stats. So breaks down to 93.5 miles a week, so in total that's 374 miles in total. Covered 4 counties. On the donation side of things, we're up to 70%, which is £1,764. Guys, that's incredible. Every penny that you pledge and put forward goes straight to Mates in Mind, and again, for what they do, putting frameworks in place for people in the construction sector and companies and in quite a few different sectors. The work they do is invaluable, so I'm truly grateful for all the support I've had from you guys. So thank you so much. And just on that point, I wanted to sort of mention so legally, all employees in the UK, irrespective of sector, they have a legal duty to manage stress in their organisation, and that's commonly done by risk assessment. So what I'd say, if there's people out there, building firms, construction firms, scaffolding companies, and you are going through a hard time, don't be afraid to go and ask your company's HR rep or health and safety person, what's our risk assessment stress? What policies have we got in place? Don't be afraid to ask those questions, because ultimately that's what's going to help develop policies, if there aren't any, and to help drive that change and to support yourself and your co-workers. So don't be afraid to raise that, okay? Other things to mention, so shout out to one of my best mates, Tomo, who's been managing my Instagram page. We hit 100 followers today, so that's great. Again, so lovely to have people support me and backing me. So that's really nice to see. So if you've seen the video prior to this, you'll see that today was horrible. I've had really bad days before and maybe haven't been as vocal about where my head was, but today I was wanting to go home. I was thinking about all the miles I've got to go, and just my head was saying, Sean, get out of this, get out of this, get out of this. And that's something that maybe we all can do from time to time, like fight or flight or whatever it might be. When our chips are down, we're thinking, how can we get out of this? How can we remedy this situation? And from what you saw I did today, I put a video out quite teary. I spoke to my sister Mia and cried down the phone. I just want to address that and say that it's so easy to get negative thoughts in your head, in the best and worst of times. Crying, letting it all out, zero stigma. Seriously, guys, our brain is so complex. If you let negative thoughts stay in there and don't do anything about it, they fester and they become bigger and bigger. I've got to say, by speaking to my family today and through putting that video out of how exactly I was feeling, I instantly felt better. I'd always encourage you to do it. It's never a weakness, it's a strength to do that, to let it out, be in tune with your emotions, and that's really the message I want to convey with this. It's really important. So just bear that in mind. And as I mentioned earlier on, if you're musically inclined, write a song. If not, write your thoughts down. Write a letter to nobody that will ever receive it. Just get your feelings out there. I promise you, it will make you feel better. And speaking to somebody, don't be afraid to go to your partner. Don't be afraid to go to your family and say, look, I'm actually feeling not great. Those people love you and want the best for you, and they should always be receptive. So, don't feel like you need to bottle things up. Always look to get it out. And the more you get it out, the better you'll feel. So I just wanted to make sure I address that. Since putting that video out, I've had some lovely messages and calls from some of my best mates. Had a really great message from one of my good buddies, Martin Dillon, who, bless him, sent me money to get a beer tonight. So that Guinness was very gladly received, but just another example of the kindness and support that you guys have shown me over this whole journey and adventure, and it's really, really appreciated. So I guess to summarize, guys, a couple of days I'll hopefully be at the 400 mark. It's been a crazy month. There's been a lot of feelings, there's been a lot of achievement, but ultimately I'm delighted to be where I am. So as for tomorrow, I've covered about 40 miles over the past 2 days. Something I need to get in the grips of, getting into my head, is that I don't need to overly challenge myself. I don't need to look at an online Le Jog walk or Le Jog book and think, oh crap, I've not done every single mile today, I'm a failure. Because that's something I've noticed and something I need to snap out of my head. With the pain I had today in my back, my knees, my ankle, it just shows that I'm maybe trying to do too much and rush this. So tonight I'm going to have a look at possible options where I can go and just make sure that, I'm setting sensible targets. Because as much as I want to get this done quickly, it doesn't and shouldn't be that way, for the sake of just rushing it. I don't want to get myself ill. I don't want to do any damage to my body in the process of doing this. So going to have a look at options tonight. Also going to watch an episode of Married at First Sight and catch up because, we've all got our vices. But yeah, that's probably going to wrap it up there. But yeah, I appreciate you all, guys. You are rock stars, and it's your support that keeps me going. Especially on days like today where you have a bit of a wobble. So you guys are the best. Right, with that, I'm going to go. But again, thanks so much, guys. Peace and love.